Good morning, Paterson. Good morning. There's no coincidence that the sun is shining today at Clinton Street. As a matter of fact, if I can invoke the Lord's name, God approves of what we're doing in this neighborhood. We are revitalizing a neighborhood, and this is a true partnership park, a true partnership community park on Clinton Street in Paterson's north side. Last year, with the assistance of a very generous woman from Bergen County, we received a $600,000 donation so that we could renovate the baseball field by Dr. Napier School. Phase 2 of the revitalization plan in partnership with Habitat for Humanity is to get the Clinton Street Community Park up and running for the children, not only in the school, but in this neighborhood as well. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we're proud of this partnership. We're proud that this is going to be a genuine community park for residents that have been waiting for far too long, for a neighborhood that's been neglected in the past, but not anymore. So I'd like to call forward our partner, In Progress. And I got to point out, everyone, I know I'm very impatient. I am. My wife knows that. But progress is a process. And here's the process, and you will see the progress. Scott Millard, Habitat for Humanity, please, let's go.
Okay, you bring me everywhere you go.
Thank you, Mayor. Progress is indeed a process, and this has been a process a decade in the making to bring life back to this park for this community. And this has been a process that's been driven by the community. And I stand here on behalf of Habitat for Humanity really just to give voice and to bring into reality the work and the dreams of this community. Folks like Jeanette Thompson, who's right here. Yeah. Right, this park was her dream. Her dream, the dream of this community, to create a safe space where children can play, where families can gather, as the mayor said, in a community that's been neglected for too long. And we look forward to the day, not far from now, when instead of hearing the noises of construction equipment behind us, we'll be hearing the gleeful screams of children playing. And so I thank everyone who's here today, everyone who's been part of getting here, because not only is progress a process, but progress sometimes takes patience.
Yeah.
And this community has been patient. And it's now time to reward their patience with a beautiful park. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Scott, we also want to commend Stephen Keyhace from Habitat for Humanity, who has been laboring in the vineyard as well. And we want to salute your organization because you didn't just revitalize this park, you've also revitalized homes here on Clinton Street as well. So Habitat is not only providing these homes, but also providing the families with somewhere safe to play in the first ward. At this time, we've been joined by our councilwoman who from day one in 2018 has been a champion for improving play spaces, parks in Paterson. As a matter of fact, the first grant that we ever secured back in 2018 was a 10-minute walk campaign grant, which says that every child in Paterson should have a park within a 10-minute walk of his or her home. And with that money, we sent a delegation to Chattanooga, Tennessee to learn best practices about how we can invest and improve our park. So ladies and gentlemen, our councilwoman at large, Dr. Lalisa Mims.
Good morning to the First Ward and to our mayor, to our Councilman Jackson, Scott, Steve, Pedro, Ms. Thompson, Councilman Jackson, Councilwoman Cotton is walking up. For years, as a child of Paterson, being born and raised as a mother and a grandmother, parks has always been a part of my heart. When I first won election in 2018, I advocated with the administration, the mayor and his administration, to do parks in the city. One of the things I requested was an assessment or a master parks plan for all the parks to be done. They listened, took heed, and we now have a vision plan for all the parks to identify what are the needs in all the parks. when it came to not just the first ward, but all the wards, when you see parks being done, it was because of the advocacy, the grant that we won, one of only 10 people that won it in the entire nation that got this grant to go to Chattanooga. We were able to see parks that were deprivated, some that were in progress, and some they were getting ready to work on. And from that, you can see the beauty of all the parks that are being done in the city. I will never forget Steve. Where's Steve?
Steve, step up, Steve.
Steve, Miss Jeanette, Mama Bug, all of their hard advocacy, as far as Scott, and all of them sitting many times in this park. I remember one time they came to clean the park, and Miss Jeanette remembers this. They were sitting and the weeds were around their legs, and they were still out here cleaning it. I called one of my good friends and said, bring them some food out here so they could help clean up this park. And it's been from that day, as the mayor has already said, it takes process to build the progression. Yeah. One of the things I'll always stand on, and you'll hear me say it all the time, we have to stop battling and we have to build. Right. Today is a day of that. It is a witness that we are building and not battling. You have to work together, no matter what you feel about each other, in order to get stuff like this done that benefits the residents, the community, our students, and the people at large. We have to come together. We are better together. Let's keep building and not battling. First ward, I congratulate you. This is for you. Yeah. So at this time, I want to call up, they call us Oprah and Gail, Bonnie and Clyde. This is my partner, everybody knows it. The councilwoman of the 4th Ward, if she's gonna speak, and then the 1st Ward advocate fighter of this ward, your Councilman Mike Jackson, if he will come up as well, he will speak right after Councilwoman Cotton. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Cotton. Let me say good morning to everyone. Councilwoman Mills, I know. You know what, this to me is absolutely wonderful. I say when we can improve our parks, and we've been working hard, and Councilwoman Mims have been gone to that the program Chattanooga to see how we can improve all our parks throughout the entire city of Paterson. And so for us today, for the 1st Ward, I always say it doesn't matter what ward you're in, we're all Patersonians. Yes. We're all Patersonians, and no matter what. And I want to say I'm happy that we see this groundbreaking ceremony. Yes. I remember going over there for Titus Park. Yes. Yes. Absolutely wonderful. Yes. And for everybody who put all that hard work in here, Miss Jeanette Lyde, I'm just That's okay. I know, I'm sure, right? Mama Bugs and Paterson Habitat. Yeah. And I can say that even our president is here, Pedro he's the president of the Paterson Habitat Homeowners Association. Yeah. And you know, as Councilwoman Mims said, we must all work together to get everything done. It's never an I, it's a we. Yeah. We together can get so many things done. And just a feeling of sitting in a park. I always go and sit in Barber Park, just sit. Yes. It calms you down. It gives you that relaxation that you sometimes need to just sit and be still and just absorb everything around you. So I'm happy. Congratulations. I can't wait to see it get finished. But to you, First Ward, we gonna get it done. Yes. But we're gonna get all parks done in all wards. Yes. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Councilman Jackson, please.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. First of all, I want to thank everyone involved, from the mayor's office to my fellow council members, the partners at Habitat, the construction firm. There's a lot of people who are here to thank, who are responsible for today unfolding. Our brothers at DPW, of course. But I have to say, and we all know, that none of us would be standing here today if it wasn't for one person. One specific person who walked the city. I see her walking from home to City Hall. Miss Jeanette, would you like a ride? No, I'm okay. Then she'll go from City Hall to Miss Ames' house. And we know how many years she has advocated extremely hard for this park. So a couple weeks ago, and I never mentioned it to her, she called me a few days ago, why didn't you tell me I sat down, I wrote the legislation to rename this park after Mr. Ned Thompson, because we want to make sure that when the people in our community walk through here, they understand who actually led the way, who started the charge, who lit the spark, who started the fire for everyone else to come here today. So I want you guys to help me just give Mr. Net a very warm welcome. Mr. Mayor, was Mr. Net next on the microphone? Okay. Give Mr. Net a good warm welcome and appreciation. We cannot, and I'll steal one from Councilwoman Mims's book. Let's give someone their flowers while they can smell them, and let's appreciate the work that the members of our community do. And I say thank you very much, Mr. Net, for all the work you do and continue to do. And I can't wait till tonight. Please be present for tonight's vote as we memorialize this park by placing her name on it for here and thereafter. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
So I want to also acknowledge something that, and I'm going to dovetail on what Councilwoman Ruby Cotton, former mayor, said. Barber Park, as we speak, is undergoing a $1.2 million transformation. And that is another example of a community rising up and reclaiming a park. As a matter of fact, at one time, it was a drug den. Unfortunately, it was considered syringe central. But G. Greer, Paterson Cares, Victoria Kendo, Nancy Greer, Bilal Hakim, they all rose up and reclaimed their park. And here we are on another side of Paterson, reclaiming another park. This is a victory for our children. This is a victory for our community. Pedro Rivas wants to say a few words. Come up, and then we'll, last but not least, have Jeanette Thompson. Come on, Pedro. Let's give it up for Pedro.
Good morning, everyone. As the mayor said, this is a victory for our community, for Paterson, for the administration, and for all the leadership that is involved doing what we do best, get involved. Thank you.
Okay. Wow, I got to bring Pedro everywhere I go. That was quite a speech there. This time I want to call forward a warrior here in Paterson, not just the first ward, who gave a lot of her time, talent to not only this city, but also the post office. Let's bear in mind, that's where I met her. Rain, sleet, snow, nothing could stop her. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Jeanette Thompson. 42 years. I think she opened up the post office in Paterson.
I want to thank, first of all, Paterson Habitat, Amenity, because without them, we would have not known about this area, and we took it, Paterson Habitat Homeowners Association, and we ran with it. We had to fight the city to get the building down, but it came down. And we also still fighting. It's a long journey, and we still have a ways to go. You see that behind us. So I want everyone in the city of Paterson, please, we still need things that have to be done. We still need funding. Please, everyone, help us to finish. Not just my dream, it's also everyone's dream, where all children can have a place, right? They come out of their backyards and just go across the street. Parents can look and make sure they're okay. They don't have to go way across town. And this is what it's about. Take one block. That was one building we knocked down. And now we gotta have a park. And that's all, really. I know I gave Habitat for Humanity a run for the last few years, but I hope that they feel it was all worth it, because at the end of the day, you children have a safe place to come. So, I told them, just give me a bench with my name on it and I'll be happy, That's just me, And I could just sit back and look, watch the children play and be happy and be safe. So I want to thank everyone. Please, we need your support. We still need funding, from what I understand. So please, help us to finish Clinton Street Park.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Jeanette. I also want to acknowledge the gentleman who helps us get that funding for these parks, our Corporation Counsel, Eamon Abushi. Thank you. Now, wait, hold on. We just quickly, before we break ground, I do want to let you know what is going to be behind us, right? Because it does take a village to raise a child, but it also takes a village with a vision. And this is a village with a vision. And here's what we envision. This is what's going to happen. Thank you, Rodney Addison, for joining us. We will have a children's playground.
Yes.
We will have, where's Tracy Pearson? I saw Karen here, Karen March Pearson. We're going to have a splash pad here as well. You tell Tracy.
Yes.
That's all he would text me every day,
Yes.
365 days a year. We're going to name the splash pad after Tracy Pearson. Yeah, Bear Track Park is getting a splash pad. And we're going to have an amphitheater. So we are going to have performances behind us. So you have theatrical Thursdays, music Mondays, right here on Clinton Street in the First Ward. Poetry, that's right. All sorts of arts being performed here, as far as like the spoken word, graphic art, I'm sure all sorts of arts, but we want our community to flourish. Progress is a process, the process is in motion, and we are making progress right here in Paterson. Let's break ground. Thank you, everyone. Congratulations. Hey, victory! Yeah! Yes! Patricia McNeil. Thank you.